Okay, now let's talk about this one. Now, this is competition. You talk about the things that Abdullah has done. What about this? What can you say about the biggest man in professional wrestling ever, Andre the Giant?
Well, you can say he's an impressive man. There's no question about that. You know, this is the first time I've had a chance to see this match because they hadn't had that many. But here you have the largest man in the world against the most sadistic man in the world, and it should be quite a battle.
Abdullah the Butcher, and here you can't say that he is overpowering no one because he's taking on the strongest man in professional wrestling, Andre the Giant. Not only the biggest, but undefeated at the time that he took on Abdullah the Butcher. Now, this is competition. This is what Abdullah has always wanted. You cannot blame the man for being the vicious, animalistic wrestler that he is. That's just part of his nature. He's Sudanese. He's a wrestling machine, and I was his manager.
Well, you know, you were his manager, but still, and he's everything you say is true. I'm not going to dispute that, but still, he's a type of individual that has to have some guidance. Now, as far as Andre the Giant's concerned, a great competitor, and he's so big, 7'4", over 500 pounds. He's just a perfect man to deal with Abdullah the Butcher, maybe deal out a little of the damage that Abdullah the Butcher has done in the past with your tutelage.
Abdullah the Butcher, I don't think he needs no one to do damage. He loves to hurt people with the manager, without the manager. What about Andre the Giant? He's overpowering Abdullah the Butcher here, using all that height, all that weight advantage, and he's all over Abdullah. Now, can you criticize that instinct of Andre the Giant there?
You know, I really admire your ability there to try to change the subject, Hugo. The fact of the matter is, this video...
Look at those headbutts, those chops.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I'm enjoying it. I know the people out there are enjoying it, because the fact of the matter is, even though you try to change the subject, this tape is about the viciousness, the sadisticness of Abdullah the Butcher. It has to be brought out in public, in open. I know you're embarrassed to see it, but that's the whole point. Something's got to be done to stop this guy, to stop the...
Look at Andre the Giant. At this time, Andre the Giant was at the best shape of his wrestling career. And I'm pretty sure that people know that a lot of people tried to hurt Abdullah the Butcher, but they were unsuccessful because Abdullah loves to go into competition, to do damage, and not only that, he loves to see blood on his face and in his opponents because it just makes him wilder.
Oh, it's obviously true. Anytime you see Abdullah the Butcher, there's always blood involved in the match. He drives on that. He thrives on that. He's sadistic. It's like giving him a pap pill or something like that. He drives crazy. But, you know, he doesn't look too happy about what Andre the Giant's been doing to him for the last couple of minutes. I noticed you haven't mentioned anything about it.
Look at Abdullah here now. Even Andre the Giant can be stopped by Abdullah the Butcher. The big man in the hands of the Sudanese wrestling machine, Abdullah the Butcher. Look at him. Tremendous headbutt to a man that's used to just knocking people down with those headbutts. Andre the Giant, down on the mat, the headbutts of Abdullah the Butcher did it.
You know, to me it sounds like you're still managing Abdullah the Butcher because you're liking everything.
No, I respect the ability of professional wrestlers. Regardless of what happened at this given time, you cannot take away the quality in Abdullah the Butcher. That's why all the promoters from all over the world, they want to have him, yet you have to say the truth. Everybody's afraid of him. That's why you have a mask too.
Oh, absolutely right. I'm not going to dispute that. I've said that a couple of times. Everybody's afraid of him. But look at him. You're saying he's a competitor. He was down choking Andre the Giant. He's doing every foul thing he can possibly think of. I'm surprised he hasn't pulled out his fork yet. I'm sure he will. Like I said, I haven't seen the match, but it's obvious to me, and it's obvious to people out there that something's got to be done to stop this guy, and maybe Andre the Giant will just do it right here. I hope so. I know you don't like it.
Abdullah the Butcher, a great wrestler, so Andre the Giant. Give credit where credit is due. My main thing here is I did not like the way these matches were presented because it involved a part of my life that I have no intention of reviving. I am happy the way I am right now, and I don't think that this has anything to do with the matches. Abdullah is hurting people every day. Why do you have to go to these Asian matches to show this?
Well, you know, Hugo, well, all I can say is...
I'm going to talk to Eddie Grice about this later.
Well, that's okay. You can talk to him all you want to, and you guys can play pool all you want to and get beat all you want to, but the fact of the matter is that Abdullah the Butcher is a sadistic madman, and he brought his beginnings...
Okay, now he took something out. I'll be the first one to admit it. You always have to watch him. He takes it out from the boots, from his karate pants. And the truth of the matter is that the whole world knows that Abdullah the Butcher goes into the ring not to win, not to compete, but to destroy. That is his main object. And if anybody is not going to accept that, then believe me, they're going to be in for some heavy nightmares.
Oh, you know, every time you step into a ring with a guy like Abdullah the Butcher, I mean, there's nobody else like him in the whole world of professional wrestling. There's only one Abdullah the Butcher.
See, the referee, even the referee's afraid.
And, you know, he has every right to be. Like I said, I got a mask on. I'm afraid. But the thing is, your attitude towards Abdullah the Butcher, I think, is what's getting you in trouble right here, because it's like you're on his side, even though you're trying to sound like you're not, and you don't have me fooled. And now we're looking at something that I'm really enjoying. Abdullah the Butcher flat on his back and getting a little punishment from the object that he uses all the time to hurt other people.
One thing that I am proud of is the fact that the people, the fans, today's wrestling fans, could actually watch a true battle of giants of Abdullah the Butcher and Andre the Giant, when Andre the Giant was at his best, the best that he's no longer is, because in his case, with all the injuries, that has taken a lot of the toll in Andre the Giant. But he went to San Juan, Puerto Rico to battle Andre the Giant. I can tell you an inside story here that there was a lot of money paid for Andre the Giant to come down here and injure Abdullah the Butcher. You know why? Because a lot of people tried and a lot of people could not even come close to. Even Eric Grice at the time, he would sit on the last row in ringside, afraid of Abdullah the Butcher.
Well, Eddie Grice, my good friend, is very intelligent because he knows how sadistic Abdullah the Butcher is. You want to try and stay away from him as much as possible. Now, some of these people out here sitting on ringside might not be able to know that or figure that out, or maybe they want to see it. That's why they come to see Abdullah the Butcher, because he's hurt so many people, and they're hoping maybe he'll get a little bit of that punishment in return.
We do apologize for some of the problems in the video. You have to understand this is way back, and we just wanted to show you this precious match of Andre the Giant at his best against Abdullah the Butcher. Now, we have not touched the fact that I was also afraid of being close to Abdullah the Butcher. Anybody who's close to Abdullah the Butcher is afraid. Here, both men get counted out. The battle continues outside. Andre the Giant and Abdullah were both counted out.